Welcome to the Lyons David House in Snowshoe, Pennsylvania, the only public heritage collection in the mountaintop area, also known as the Eastern Gateway to the Pennsylvania Wilds. Native American tribes traversed the area before William Penn was granted the land. Timber and then coal brought the first permanent inhabitants to what is now the Burnside and Snowshoe townships of Centre County. 4 main towns developed in the mountaintop area. Snowshoe, named for an abandoned Native American snowshoe found by a surveyor, Moshannon, Clarence, and Pine Glen. The museum's board of directors includes representation from all 4 of these northern Centre County communities in order to equitably feature their unique and combined stories. Located just off Route 80, this area and the museum are easy destinations to reach. The house itself was built in the late 1800s as a company house by the Lehigh Valley Coal Company. Its owner, Jenkin David, worked for the company as a telegrapher and later started his own small coal company. Today, the entrance welcomes you into an eclectic historical collection of time and topics accumulated solely from donations. Coal mines were most prominent in Clarence, where the last deep mine closed in the 1950s, but many smaller mines were dug and mined by local companies into the 70s. The miners who worked for Jenkin David used to dress in their Sunday best to pick up their pay from the parlor window, now preserved with the family's belongings. There was enough affluence and traffic in the region to support multiple hotels, remembered here as the subject of paintings by a local artist, and by an advertisement promoting the comforts of the new Clarence Hotel. Current exhibits span topics from handwritten family genealogies to volumes of photographs and wall hangings that feature residents and records of church and school life over many years. The high school class photo of 1944 includes only women, as the men were off to war. Scouting was a common activity for area youth, and this room showcases the importance of it in the local area. The railroad, which made the area accessible and profitable, now hosts many miles of hiking and biking trails, but the story of its important and interesting local history is recorded, along with the many business and industries that resulted, such as the brick factory. And Hall's Market, a community grocery store, landmark, and gathering place, which sadly burned down due to an electrical fire in February 2020 after 107 years of business. It sold everything from groceries to women's pantyhose. An antique adding machine serves as a reminder of life before computers. For adults, civic engagement and military service commonly replaced scouting activities, and still does. Residents of the region trace their ancestry to the British Isles, Scotland, and Slovakia. The great-grandparents of my museum guide, Melody Miller, immigrated to Clarence in the late 1800s, along with the majority of Slovaks who arrived between 1880 and the mid-1920s. To recruit others, small contributions were gathered to pay for someone to travel and meet new immigrant arrivals. Patriotism is strong, especially given the contributions and sacrifices to the American effort in World War II. Before television and the internet, community bands served as a source of local musical pride and entertainment. As the area grew and developed, it also piloted new innovations. One of them was a planned housing community in the town of Pine Glen. The houses were uniquely positioned in the shape of
triangle. If you looked at them from above, it would be a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has their own house, and they're hinged in the middle they're connected. It's like a triplex.
That's really cool.
It's really cool.
To share its contents and rich history more broadly, the museum regularly posts interesting information on Facebook. If you have any questions, just send a message. Melody is quick to respond and is tremendously helpful. The museum also has a nice website. But to experience it in person, just make an appointment and take Route 80 to exit 147 and turn left towards Snowshoe. You'll easily find the Lyons David House Museum, and you'll be very glad you did.